Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Jet Set. For all you business travelers out there, we've got some great news for you.
And we're taking you up north for an adventure in the Canadian Rockies, then out west of Vancouver where things are heating up.
That's right, but first we'll cover the latest in travel, and I have my tips for staying happy and healthy in another Fit to Fly, coming up on the Jet Set.
Meeting a new friend always makes my trip complete.
Keeping up with the news about a destination helps me make the most of my trip.
Experiencing different cultures, exploring new places, and connecting with diverse people make me a better person.
Once again, welcome to the show, everyone. Let's get things started with Here's This. A Florida woman is suing American Airlines for dropping her luggage on herself. Yes, you heard that right. Nima Ayash, who was 51 at the time of the incident, had trouble stowing her luggage and enlisted the help of a flight attendant to assist. When the flight from Chicago to Miami landed, she went to remove the bag, which she says was wedged tightly between other luggage, and in the process, the bag fell and hit her in the chest. The complaint reads that due to injuries sustained during the incident, paramedics transported her to the emergency room at the University of Miami Hospital to treat her for her injuries. Ayash claims that she tried unsuccessfully to get a flight attendant to help her retrieve the luggage. Because her trip originated in Jordan, she's claiming that she's covered by an international treaty called the Montreal Convention, which governs international air travel and says that any injuries sustained on an international flight are the airline's fault. But this leg happened to start in Chicago, so good luck with that. Pilots as inventors? Well, Robert Lane, a 53-year-old Florida-based pilot, would have you believe he's just that. He's the creator of My Hitch, a short, ridged tail that attaches to your pants and acts as a sort of trailer hitch for your rolling carry-on. What are they going to think of next? Obvious drawbacks include the device only working when you're wearing clothing with a snug enough waistband, the inherent risk of losing your pants, and the inevitable mockery from friends for wearing it in public. But maybe you'll be the one laughing all the way to the gate with 2 hands free to text and sip your coffee. My Hitch retails for $17.95 and is available at mybaghitch.com. Lastly, do you ever wish your pet could use the phone and call you? Yeah, me either. But nonetheless, a company called Pet Chats has made it possible with Paw Call. The device allows your dog to call a smartphone with audio and video, as well as the ability to dispense treats. The Pet Chats HD and Paw Call together cost $480 and can be found at petchats.com. Personally, I find it silly, but we wanted to know what you thought, so we asked, and here's what you had to say.
I think my dog would actually get a kick out of that.
The two together retail for almost $500. Do you think?
Yeah, no, probably not that much.
How do you feel about them being able to call you on your phone whenever they want?
I don't think my dog is smart enough for that.
Well, thanks for your comments. So guys, FaceTiming with your pets?
Yes.
No?
What took them so long to come out with this product?
Really?
My Yorkies would love it.
My Luca, I want to FaceTime with my Luca right now as soon as we're done with this.
Why?
Because I love him.
Do you miss them that much?
Yes!
And what would you do FaceTiming with your dog right now?
Tell him I love him.
I mean, I could see you doing it for
Yes.
sure, because you show pictures of your dogs every day.
Yes, I mean, listen, I think it's great, and you know, if they're able to go over and press the button themselves, like I think you can train them.
Yes.
That is the coolest thing to me.
We are signing up for this.
What if you attached your dog's leashes to My Hitch the next time you take it
Oh
to the
my
airport?
God.
I mean, come on, would you
no.
use that?
No, I wouldn't personally. I would just, if I saw that, I would probably put my things on that hitch and you can carry it for me.
I think you'd be ridiculed. I think you'd end up on passenger shaming. Someone would take your picture and send it in.
All I can
I
say
think
is ew. Yes.
I mean, do you need both hands free? Is it really that hard to drag your
Please.
luggage?
I think it's a little much.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And what I also think is a little much is the person suing the airline because she dropped the bag on herself.
I would actually like to know, you guys, former, you know, what would you guys think about that?
It's impossible to get in the middle of the airplane during deplaning. It's impossible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously there were people around her. Obviously there was someone else to help, but I don't think, I mean, do you think the airline's liable?
No, and I think we need to send this lady on Judge Judy because she would say, "You're an idiot."
Well, what's the line? If you bring it, you sling it? Is
You
that
bring
what
it, you sling it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can't get it out of the overhead bin yourself, you should check it to your final destination.
I agree with that.
Period, the end. Well, we'll be back in 15 seconds with Fit to Fly and our business travel update.
Same hotel, same price? No. There's a bunch of different prices out there all over the internet. Trivago instantly compares them to find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
Have you taken advantage of your vacation time? Studies show that most of you haven't. The average American uses 12 of their 14 vacation days, and worse, 25% of people use no vacation at all. There are many reasons people opt out of their vacation time, but there's one important reason you shouldn't: your health. Studies have found that not only people that skip vacations perform worse at their jobs, but they suffer from serious health repercussions. You're likely up to 32% more to die from heart disease if you skip vacation. So what's your excuse? I can't take vacation time, no one else can do my job. Okay, well, training a coworker to do your job shows leadership and an ability to delegate. If you've trained someone to do your job, you've not only freed yourself up for vacation, but possibly a promotion. You can also say it's too expensive, but don't let a lack of funds stop you from getting away. Try this. How about stay local? Find a town within a few hours' drive that you've never been to. Not only will you save on airfare, but small towns have more to offer than you might expect and are much more affordable.
In today's Business Traveler Update, we're talking about Delta's new deal with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey to redevelop Terminals C and D at New York's LaGuardia Airport. The plan will include $600 million in assistance to help with construction and supporting infrastructure. For anyone that's flown through New York LaGuardia, you'll probably agree that this renovation is long overdue. Every time it rains, they have to put buckets out to catch the water in the terminal, and that's really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the issues here. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said replacing these outmoded terminals is a major step forward in re-imaging of LaGuardia to the 21st century airport it should be for the Empire State. The new project joins the current plans for the replacement of Terminal B, which is the central terminal building. Opened in 1964, it was designed for a capacity of 8 million, but served 14.3 million in 2015.
When we come back, we jet off to visit our neighbor to the north and check out some of the amazing things that Canada has to offer. Don't go anywhere.
Stay connected to the Jet Set from wherever you are in the world. Download the Jet Set app today and fly with us via social media. You may even land on the show. When I look at travel destinations, I always check for a few things: natural beauty, metropolitan amenities, and unique experiences. And Bobby and I took a trip that marked all of those boxes off, and we didn't have to go far. We went to Western Canada, which offers all of these things and more. Check it out.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you. My name's James.
Bobby. Very nice to meet
Driver
you.
today.
I'm Gailen. Nice to meet you.
Okay, this is amazing.
Do you remember those shows about Santa Claus around Christmas that had the abominable snowman? That glacial explorer looked like something that the abominable snowman would drive.
So all it is an oil platform essentially. They put passenger seats on, added a nice staircase, also a wheelchair accessible lift in the back.
I would love to drive that thing down the freeway in Miami.
That's amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to ride on this because, I mean, it actually grips the ice. It doesn't slide at all. I mean, it's built to other
it's got good grip for sure. That's why the tires look so low. They only have about 13 pounds per square inch.
The Explorer takes off-roading to a whole nother level. I mean, we were going up and down these really steep slopes, and you'd think that it would slip, but it never did. When we made the last turn and we saw the glacier for the first time, I really didn't get over how huge it really was. I mean, they had said that the glacier was actually underneath all of the dirt, so all you really see is that first gleam of white, but you have to realize it's really the whole mountain.
And when I saw it, I mean, it looked like we had reached the top of the earth. Walking on that glacier, I'm so surprised that I didn't fall and bust my butt. I wish I had drank more of that water while I was up there. Just a couple of handfuls wasn't enough. It was just perfection.
Wow, you're right though.
Is it good?
It is good. Hi there.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, Bobby. Very nice to meet you.
Bobby Rusty Noble. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Gailen.
Hi, Gailen. Nice to meet you as well.
So the view here is amazing.
Isn't it though?
But one of the first things I want to ask you though is about the architecture of this because it's just gorgeous.
When you look at it, you know, the whole idea is from a color standpoint, from a design standpoint, for the whole thing to really try and blend into the whole mountainside that it's attached to.
How long did it take to build it?
Well, the actual process for approvals to get right through was actually 7 years. The build timeline was actually
Getting the view over the side.
10,
I'm
11
ready.
months. Okay, Gailen, just if you're not ready, just to the left here, is the chicken walk, and you can take that and we'll meet you on the other side.
You know what? Listen. No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Once you walk onto the glass portion of the skywalk, you instantly slow down because you realize just how high above the valley you are. Definitely a different experience. Yeah. This is crazy.
Unreal.
So you're looking basically 918 feet straight below down to the river.
Rusty was great. It was really awesome learning the history of the skywalk.
And if you look down over here, see how the waterfalls, they literally come out of the side of the mountain down into the river. They're coming off of this mountainscape here, underneath all the rock, and spitting out into the river.
It really was a spectacular view from up there. The mountains, all the streams coming from under the rocks and flowing down into the river. And of course you had the mountain goat. Who doesn't love a mountain goat?
Being out on the skywalk was amazing because you can see the mountain ranges all the way to the glaciers. It was really a great experience while floating above the valley. You've never tasted water until you had it straight from a glacier. It's incredible. We loved our time up in Jasper, but it's time to head west to Vancouver. And what better way to see the beautiful Canadian countryside than to take a train? So we hopped on board Via Rail. Check it out.
You know, I am so excited about this because you know what? It's the way that train travel used to be in the United States, and they still are very proud of it here.
So, you know, there's a lot of amenities on this train that I know are not on Amtrak.
Really? Yeah, but I mean, it's cool because, you know, this train, gosh, I mean, it crosses the whole country.
Yeah, from Toronto.
So if you take it the whole way, I mean, you're on there for, I don't know how many days.
I looked it up. It's 3 days and 11 hours from Toronto to Vancouver.
Can you see the happy on my face? I was so excited about getting on this train. Nice to sit with you because I hear that you are the expert when it comes to the history of this train, this route, the whole train system in Canada.
That's funny. I've heard that rumor too, so that's good. So Via Rail was formed in 1978 as a Crown corporation, so it was formed by the Government of Canada. And it essentially was formed to take over passenger rail traffic from both competing railways in Canada at the time, the Canadian Pacific Railway and the Canadian National Railway. Because up until 1978, they had been operating against each other, passenger rail service across the country. And eventually, after about 10 years of back and forth with them fighting with the Government of Canada to try and get subsidy for what they were doing, the Government of Canada eventually formed Via Rail Canada.
It was nice to hear how everything has developed and that they've now taken that transcontinental railway, changed it, but brought it up to a standard that really supports tourism and commerce, and it is still a lifeline that connects Canada. The views weren't the only spectacular part. Hey, I think we just came in and found the party. How long has this been going on?
Since Tuesday.
4 days. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're 8 hours.
This is the place.
That's something you don't find on an airplane anymore. Passengers talking to other passengers. Wow.
So I like to welcome
I like this activity. This is a good one.
It's a popular one.
Yeah. I think they make an amazing use of space. It's very creative in the sleepers. Beds come out of places that you never know that they're beds in. They've had them stored in walls. They pull them down from the ceilings. Everything has a purpose, and there's more than enough space to relax. I was pretty impressed.
It was great to be able to leave my room, stroll down to the dining car, and enjoy a meal that one would have enjoyed 50 years ago.
Thank you.
I didn't know much about Western Canada's geography, but I do now.
It's just something about being around trains that just keeps people there.
When we come back, I sit down with Tom King, who is leading an expedition cruise to try and solve the mystery of Amelia Earhart's disappearance 80 years ago. We'll be right back.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. We've told you about HARP in the past, and we're happy to report that nearly 3 million homeowners have already taken advantage of this fantastic money-saving program. But there are so many more of you who could be saving hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. Quicken Loans is here to help you save your money. Why Quicken Loans? The home loan experts at Quicken Loans fully understand the HARP guidelines. We'll work with you to understand your specific circumstances and strive to find the financial solution that's best for you. Then we'll guide you through each step of the mortgage refinance process to make sure that it's both simple and easy. And for 6 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation in mortgage servicing. If you're not familiar with HARP, it's a U.S. government program designed specifically for homeowners who have little or no equity. A great feature of the HARP program is that most HARP refinance loans do not require an appraisal, and there are fewer income verification requirements. That makes it simpler, easier, and even faster. And even if you've been denied for a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that you now may be eligible. Give us a call and we'll give you a Quicken Loans mortgage review. And we'll do all we can to help you save money on your mortgage. It's simple and easy. So find out if you're eligible to take advantage of today's incredibly low interest rates and start saving money every month on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans today or go to quickenloans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
Welcome back to the Jet Set, where we're exploring some of the great things Western Canada has to offer. After a train ride from the Canadian Rockies, we've stopped in Vancouver, British Columbia, where Gailen thought he'd try his hand at something new, glass blowing. Check it out.
All right, so the person that sits at this part of the room at the bench, you're called the gaffer. You're the most important person in the room, by far. I'm going to be your first assistant, and your happiness is paramount to me. So that while you're working, you're going to be sitting there, and I'm going to be standing right here. I'm going to back you up on the pipe. My glass is going to be over there, all right? For those of us who are not blowing glass, we're thinking about him the whole time, all right?
I knew Bobby wouldn't let me down, so I donned my gloves and prepared to face the 2,000-degree heat.
I'm just going to put a few dabs of this color on. A little bit goes a long way. Now you see I've got a little bit of each color. I'm going to melt it in. All right, so it's really hot. Bring it over here like that. So just lean over and just pinch it. If you want to hold the pipe, grab over here. There you go. And go for it.
And then just pinch.
You got to keep moving around. Try not to pull it back. Try to work it over that way.
Work it this way.
There you go. And my friend, you got to let me turn too. There you go.
I was so good at this that I even heard Bobby comment to someone that I'd been practicing for this my whole life.
I'll lay this on the bench, and I'm going to get you to blow into it. It's going to start a bubble. You have to blow pretty hard at first. Okay. And the funny thing is the pipe is going to keep turning. I'll put it down here. I want you to go on the end, and I got to keep rolling the pipe. So I need you to blow in there as hard as you can. And once it starts, I'll tell you to ease off. Okay, slow down. Stop, stop, stop.
Oh, wow.
You're good. You're powerful. You're good at this. So now it's cooled a little bit, and I'll blow really gentle. Okay. Keep going. Do it gentle, gentle, gentle.
So now our creation just needs a couple of days to cool, then it gets carefully packed and shipped right to us to proudly display.
I thought you did just great. You listened great, you followed instructions, and I thought the piece was beautiful.
He only does that when he wants to. But really though, thank you so much. I learned so much about glass blowing that I never knew before, because you think it is actually all blowing, but it's really all rolling.
Well, that's true. I hope you guys will come by again soon. Anytime, you're more than welcome. You were great to have here. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much. Amelia Earheart and her navigator Fred Noonan disappeared on July 2nd, 1937 while attempting the first around-the-world flight at the equator. Her loss brought to an end the career of an iconic modern hero, and the mystery of her disappearance has intrigued people ever since. Today we have Dr. Tom King, senior archaeologist for a team that's hoping to find answers to the question of what happened on that fateful flight. Welcome to the show, Dr. King.
Thank you very much.
So tell me, how did you get involved with the search for Amelia Earhart?
Well, the organization with which I work, the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, TIGER, is basically involved in aviation historic preservation and solving aviation mysteries. And over 30 years ago now, a couple of our members who were navigators, aerial navigators, came to our executive director, Rick Gillespie, with this hypothesis about what happened to Earhart.
Okay.
And it made sense, and he got involved, and I had done archaeology in the area, and so I got involved, and we've been stuck ever since.
And now the public can get involved. Tell me about the cruise.
Well, the cruise that we're doing next year, we did a cruise last year, and we're doing a cruise next year, will take about 65 passengers to the island, and we'll have about 8 days at the island, acquainting people with it and giving them the opportunity to help us with some selected research projects under very careful control on and around the island.
Now, can anyone go on this cruise, or is it just archaeologists?
Anyone can go on the cruise. It does cost money, but anyone can go on the cruise.
And you're actually at sea for quite a while.
Yes, we're at sea for about 20 days altogether.
Wow. So now here's a question. I'm going to probably get the pronunciation of this wrong.
Okay.
Where is Nikomororo, and why is that a highlight of this trip?
Okay, Nikomororo is the island where we believe that Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan most likely landed and eventually died. It is dead center in the Pacific. It is 6 degrees east of the prime meridian and 4 degrees south of the equator. It's 1,900 miles southeast of Hawaii. It's 2,000 miles northeast
no one knew where it was
of New
before
Zealand.
You do now.
The closest airports, big airports, are in Fiji, about 600 miles away, 800 miles away.
And that's probably where you'll be flying into?
That's where we'll be flying into, yes.
So what are you hoping to find on this trip?
We're hoping, we can never be sure what we're going to find, but we're going to be looking in the area where we believe that human bones were found in 1940 that may very well have been Earhart's, when we might find some bones. We're looking at a cairn that may be a grave at the north end of the island near the location where we think that Earhart and Noonan landed. We think that that just could be a grave where one of them wound up buried.
Wow.
We'll be doing scuba work and other work on the reef and in the lagoon.
How can people find out more information?
Go to our dedicated website, which is Niku2017.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me. This is really fascinating information.
Thank you.
The Go, powered by Trivago.com, is up next. Don't go away.
Guests of the show stay at the Hilton Garden Inn Fairfax, situated close to the Dulles International Airport and moments from downtown Washington, D.C. Book your stay at fairfax.hgi.com.
It's time for The Go, powered by Trivago. Calgary might just surprise you with what it has to offer. Natural beauty meets metropolitan culture here at the foothills of the Canadian Rockies, home to Canada's largest ballet house and at just a short drive to Banff National Park. Go stay at Le Germain Calgary, top rated by Trivago.com users. Go see a performance of Dracula at Alberta Ballet. Go take a trip to Lake Louise, one of the most photographed spots in the country. And go to Charcuterie to indulge in a Canadian favorite called poutine. Just so you know, it's smothered fries with gravy and cheese curds.
Have you ever been to Calgary?
I've never been to Canada.
What?
I know, but the show has definitely inspired me to pack my bags and get up there.
You'll love it there.
I think so.
What about poutine? Have you ever had that?
It's delicious. It's really good.
They just need to come up with a better name because it sounds nasty. Doesn't it?
All right, well, bye everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.